crowded nights, roar of the field burning bright, shadows clash in the fading night. Student body rise, student body fight. Feel the surge, feel the might. Run the play under the blue spotlight. Cleats on the turf, hearts in the game. Chasing the glory, chasing the flame. One team, one dream, never the same.
It's November 12th, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Student Body Right. I don't know why it says early in the Ginch. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with this thing. Let's try this. There we go. But welcome to another edition. College football is winding down fast. Thanks to the Student Body Right Quintet. The College Football Playoff Committee came out with their Week 2 College Football Playoff rankings. I'll get to that later. Let's just delve into it, shall we? Let's review what happened in Week 11 in the world of top 25 college football. It all started on Thursday night when number 19 USC beat Northwestern 38-17. I said USC should watch out. I was correct. But they came to play. For Northwestern, Preston Stone was 20 of 30, 150 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Caleb Komolafe, 17 carries, 118 yards, and a touchdown. Their leading receiver was also him, 5 catches, 40 yards. Mac Uline, 11 total tackles. For USC, Jaden Mayava, I think that's how you pronounce it. I always butcher names. 24-33, 299 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. King Miller, 15 carries, 127 yards, 1 touchdown rushing. Makai Lemon, have a day. 11 catches, 161 yards, 1 touchdown receiving. Leading tacklers for USC were Kamari Ramsey and Braylon Conley with 6 apiece. Go to the team stats. Northwestern turned it over once. Northwestern turned it over twice. USC once. USC won the running battle. They won the passing battle. They won the third down battle, hence the ass kicking. So USC is now 7-2 overall, 5-1 in the Big Ten. Northwestern 5-4, 3-3 in the Big Ten. They still have 3 opportunities to get bowl eligible. And I always root for the little guy. So then we get to the Saturday games. Number 23, Washington lost to Wisconsin in a horrible, inexplicable loss. I thought Washington would blow them out of the water. They didn't. For Washington, Damon Williams Jr., 20 of 32, 134 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. He was also the leading rusher. Never good when your quarterback's the leading rusher. 19 carries, 61 yards. Denzel Boston, 8 catches for 62 yards and a receiving touchdown. Zari Alexander, 10 total tackles. For Wisconsin, they used 4 quarterbacks. Count them, 4. Collectively, they were 6 of 18 for 48 yards. No turnovers, though. For Wisconsin, your leading rusher was Gideon Etuka, 19 carries, 73 yards. Cooper Catalano, 19 total tackles. Jackson Acker, leading rusher, 3 for 27. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a fugly game. Fugly. But really the difference is Wisconsin turned it over 0 times. Washington, twice. When you can't run a football, this was an ugly game. I felt like I was watching the Monday night game with the Eagles. It was just bad. Just bad all around. Wisconsin is 3-6 overall. They're 1-5 in the Big Ten. Washington 6-3 overall. 3-3 in the Big Ten. Number 18, Miami got back on track with a win against Syracuse, 38-10. Game wasn't close. Syracuse got shut out in the first half, and Miami cruised from there. For Syracuse, Ricky Collins, 12 of 25, 85 yards, no touchdowns, but he threw 2 picks. Syracuse rushing, Yassine Willis, 13 carries, 61 yards. Syracuse receiving, Dante Bacheye, 2 catches for 22 yards. Gary Bryant III, 6 total tackles. For your Miami Hurricanes, Carson Beck was 18 of 24, 247 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Gerard Pringle Jr., 7 carries, 55 yards, and a rushing touchdown. Miami receiving, Keelan Marion, 3 catches, 116 yards, and a tutty. Raul Aguirre Jr., 6 total tackles for the Hurricanes. Tail of the tape, all you need to know, Miami turned it over none, Syracuse 3 times. That's all you need to know. Miami 7-2 overall. They are 3-2 in the ACC. Syracuse is 3-7. They dropped to 1-6 in the ACC. Final in overtime. This was a good game, back and forth. I figured Auburn was going to give Vandy a tussle, and they did. Vandy wins in overtime 45-38. Auburn with the valiant effort after Hugh Freeze was fired. For Auburn, Ashton Daniels was 31 of 44, 353 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Jeremiah Cobb, 16 carries, 115 yards, but Daniels added 2 rushing touchdowns. Cam Coleman, Eric Singleton Jr., both over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown. Leading tackler was Xavier Atkins. Vanderbilt, Diego Pavia, 25 of 33, 377, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He also added 18 carries for 112 yards and a touchdown. Cedric Alexander, 2 rushing touchdowns. Trey Richardson and Eli Stowers each had over 120 yards receiving. Stowers with 12 catches, by the way. Ryan Longwell, the leading defensive guy with 12 total tackles for Vanderbilt. We go to the team stats. Vanderbilt turned it over once, Auburn none. Auburn won the rushing battle. Both were good on third downs, but in overtime, Vanderbilt just made one more play than Auburn. Auburn now is 8-2, 4-2 in the SEC. Sorry, Vanderbilt's 8-2, 4-2 in the SEC. Auburn 4-6, 1-6 in the SEC. Another inexplicable loss in overtime. Cal travels across the country and beats number 15 Louisville 29-26. The ACC is a conglomerate. It's a potpourri of shit right now, if you will. For Cal, Jerron Kiwe Sagapolutele, if I'm pronouncing it correct, 30 of 47, 323 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Kendrick Raphael, 19 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown, your leading rusher. California receiving, Jacob DeJesus have a day, 16 carries, 158 yards, and a touchdown. Drew Praladore Jr., 10 total tackles. For Louisville, Miller Moss, 28 of 38, 203, no touchdowns and a pick. K'Juan Brown, 14 carries, 136 yards rushing. Colin Lacey, 4 catches, 60 yards. Clev Lubin, 10 total tackles. Go to the team stats. Louisville won the rushing battle. Cal was passing it all over the place. Cal was a little bit better on third down. And look, Louisville couldn't muster anything in overtime. Cal did. Cal with the big victory. They're bowl eligible. I didn't see that happening. Louisville 7-2 over and all. Louisville 7-2 overall. 4-2 in the ACC. And now that my why is this talking to me? California 6-4 overall, 3-3 in the ACC. As we follow the bouncing ball. I picked this upset. Wake Forest beat Virginia, number 14 Virginia at the time. 16-9, Wake Forest bowl eligible now. Wake Forest, their quarterbacks were 9-23 for 64 yards. Wake Forest rushing Damon Claiborne, 25 carries for 75 yards. Wake Forest receiving collectively 9 for 64. Horrible. Hicker Anderson and Devon Patterson, 8 total tackles. For Virginia, Daniel Kalen was 18-28, 145, no touchdowns, no picks. Jamari Taylor, 19 carries, 98 yards rushing. Trell Harris, 6 catches for 60 yards, your leading receiver for Virginia, and Cam Robinson, 10 total tackles. If we go to the team stats, I say when we go to the team stats, all you need to know, Virginia turned it over 3 times. Wake Forest, none. Turnovers kill. Wake Forest is 8-2 overall, 5-1 in the ACC. I'm sorry, Virginia's 8-2 overall, 5-1 in the ACC. Wake, 6-3 overall, 3-3 in the ACC. Notre Dame handled Navy for the most part. Number 10 Notre Dame, 49-10. I figured Navy would put up a little bit more of a fight. They didn't. Notre Dame is hell bent on making the college football playoff like they did last year when they won out. For Navy, Braxton Whitlock. You know what you're going to get with Navy. Navy's passing game, 3 of 10, 22 yards. Braxton Woodson, 23 carries, 101 yards, and the lone touchdown. Navy receiving, non-existent. Coleman Colley, 8 total tackles. For Notre Dame, CJ Carr, a good game, 13-16, 218, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Jeremiah Love, 13 carries, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns, rushing. Malachi Fields, 4 catches, 97 yards. Defensively, Jaden Osbury, 8 total tackles. Go to the stats, clean game, no turnovers. Notre Dame won the rushing game. They outpassed Navy 253-22. Notre Dame was 7-10 on third downs, 2-2 on fourth downs. Navy was 3 of 11 on third down. Hence the ass kicking. Notre Dame 7-2 overall. Navy 7-2 overall. And a good game in the weather in Iowa City. I thought Iowa would pull the upset. They had their chances, but Oregon prevails and they win 18-16. Oregon, Dante Moore was 13-21, 112 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 pick. Noah Whittington, 17 carries, 118 yards rushing. Oregon receiving, Jamari Johnson, 4 catches, 36 yards. Defensively, Jerry Mixon, 13 total tackles. For Iowa, Mark Gronowski didn't have a bad game. He was 10 of 18, 138, 1 touchdown, no picks. Iowa rushing, Kamari Moulton, 23 for 87. DJ Vanahemi, I think. 2 catches, 43 yards, and a touchdown. Carson Sherrar, 10 total tackles. Look, this game went back and forth. Iowa turned it over twice. Oregon only once. Kind of the difference. But Oregon ran the ball for 261 yards. Iowa for 101. Game could have gone either way. Oregon's 8-1 overall, 5-1 in the Big Ten. Iowa's still bowl eligible. They're 6-3. They're 4-2 in the Big Ten. In a game that I called that Texas Tech would win, they beat BYU, number 8 Texas Tech, against number 7 BYU, 29-7. Texas Tech's defense is no joke. Behren Morton, though, for Texas Tech, the quarterback needs to stay healthy. For BYU, Barrett Bachmeier was 23 of 38, 188 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Chase Roberts, 6 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown. Your leading tackler was Isaiah Glasker for BYU. Texas Tech, Behren Morton was 17 of 32, 219, 1 touchdown, no picks. Cameron Dickey, 23 carries, 121 yards, and a touchdown. Reggie Virgil, the leading receiver, 3 for 54. Jacob Rodriguez making his case for a potential maybe Heisman invitation, 14 total tackles. We go to the team stats. Really, all you need to know: BYU turned it over 3 times. Texas Tech none. Texas Tech outrushed them almost. It was like 2-1. Texas Tech was 7 of 18 on third down. BYU 3 of 4. Hence the win. Texas Tech 9-1 overall, 6-1 in the Big 12. BYU 8-1 overall, 5-1 in the Big 12. A lot's going to happen though in the next couple of weeks. Number 6, Ole Miss beat the Citadel 49-0. I'm not going to go over the stats. It's useless. It's pointless. They won. Number 5, Georgia beat Mississippi State 41-21 in the Battle of the Bulldogs. Mississippi State just needs one more win to get bowl eligible, and I hope they do it. For Georgia, Gunnar Stockton had a good game, 18 of 29, 264 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Nate Frazier had a day running, 12 rushes, 181, and a touchdown. Georgia receiving, Noah Thomas, 3 catches, 78 yards, and a tud. KJ Bolden, the leading tackler, with 10. Mississippi State, they used 2 quarterbacks, both Kamario Taylor and Blake Shapen, both kind of ineffective. Mississippi State rushing, Kamario Taylor, 12 rushes, 53 yards. He had 3 rushing touchdowns. Brennan Thompson, 4 catches, 92 yards receiving. Brian Lanier, 7 total tackles. Really, the only stat that you need to know, Georgia ran the ball 44 times for 303 yards. Mississippi State, 43 times, 149 yards. Georgia is 8-1 overall, 6-1 in the SEC. Mississippi State is 5-5, 1-5 in the SEC. Number 4, Alabama beat LSU 20-9. LSU still needs to get to 6 wins to be bowl eligible. Alabama's defense really kind of took over the game. Garrett Nussmeier for LSU is 18 of 21, 121 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Harlem Berry, 12 carries, 66 yards rushing. Xavion Thompson, 5 catches for 49 yards receiving. Harold Perkins Jr., 9 total tackles. For Alabama, Ty Simpson, 21 of 35, 277 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. I know it was LSU's defense, but Alabama only ran it 26 times for 56 yards, which is concerning. Alabama receiving, Hermie Bernard, 3 catches, 79 yards. Desante Lawson, 9 total tackles. We go to the team stats. LSU turned it over twice, Alabama once. Neither team could run the ball. Alabama was more effective in the pass game, hence the win. Alabama 8-1 overall. They are 6-0 in the SEC. LSU 5-4 overall, 2-4 in the SEC. In a game I thought kind of would get out of control. Number 3, Texas A&M, who is for real, by the way, beat number 22 Missouri 38-17. Dominating. Marcel Reed for Texas A&M was 20 of 29, 221, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Ruben Owens II, 13 carries, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing. KC Concepcion, 4 catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown. Marcus Radcliffe and Dalton Brooks with 6 total tackles. For Missouri, Matt Zollers, ineffective, 7 of 22, 77 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Jamal Robertson, Ahmad Hardy, each had over 100 yards rushing and a touchdown rushing. Donovan Olagbode, 3 catches for 74 yards. Tristan Newsom, leading tackler for Missouri. Missouri turned it over twice, Texas A&M once. Texas A&M outrushed them, although not a lot. But Missouri couldn't get anything going in the passing game. Texas A&M 9-0 overall, 6-0 in the SEC. Mizzou 6-3 overall, 2-3 in the SEC. And then if you watch the Indiana Penn State game, Penn State's lost 6 in a row. What an incredible catch at the end by Indiana. What a drive by Fernando Mendoza in Indiana. Penn State had him. Couldn't hold it, though. Mendoza was 19 of 30, 218 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Roman Hemby and Kalen Black, each with 12 carries apiece for 86 yards collectively. Charlie Becker, 7 catches, 118 yards for Indiana. Elijah Hardy, 12 total tackles. For Penn State, Ethan Gruckenmeyer was 22 of 31, 219, a touchdown, and a pick. Nicholas Singleton, 10 carries, 71 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing. Trevor Pena, 6 catches for 99 yards. A.J. Harris and Amari Campbell, 8 total tackles. We go to the team stats. Penn State turned it over twice, Indiana once. It was even. It was even throughout the game. Penn State had them, let it slip away. Indiana's 10-0 overall, 7-0 in the Big Ten. Penn State 3-6 overall, 0-6 in the Big Ten. Number 1, Ohio State beat Purdue 34-10. Took Ohio State a little bit to get going. They did. Julian Sand, 27 of 33, 303, a touchdown and a pick. Bo, not related to Jackson. Bo Jackson, 14 for 75 rushing. Jeremiah Smith, 10 catches, 137 yards and a touchdown. Peyton Pierce, 7 total tackles. For Purdue, Ryan Brown, 10 of 20, 76 yards, no touchdowns and a pick. Antonio Harris, leading rusher, 13 for 45. Purdue's receiving, the passing game was non-existent. Manny Powell, 13 total tackles. Ohio State 9-0 overall, 6-0 in the Big Ten. Purdue 2-8 overall, 0-7 in the Big Ten. So, with all that being said, after Week 11, the college football playoff rankings look like this. I'm not going to bother going through the whole 25. If the season ended today, your number 1 overall seed would be Ohio State. The 2 seed would be Indiana. 3 seed would be A&M. 4 seed would be Alabama. The number 5 seed, Georgia, would play the number 12 seed, South Florida. Your number 6 seed, Texas Tech, would wind up playing number 11, Miami. Number 7, Ole Miss, would play number 10, Texas. And number 8, Oregon, would play number 9, Notre Dame. I don't put any faith or stock into this, because this is going to change week to week. So believe me, nothing's set in stone. So those are your rankings. So let's look ahead to week number 12, top 25 edition. It'll all kick off tomorrow. On Friday, sorry. Top 25 wise, Clemson travels to take on number 20 Louisville. Louisville's favored by 2.5. I would like to take Clemson. I just think Louisville has a little bit too much more material, as Bino Cook used to say. So I'll go Louisville 27, Clemson 23. Then on 9 p.m. on Fox, Minnesota travels to take on number 8 Oregon. Oregon is favored by 25.5. Kind of a high spread. Minnesota's not terrible. Oregon, not good covering the spread. But I'll go Oregon 35, Minnesota 17. Then we get the Saturday games. I am going to go down in the order of which they'll be played on Saturday, and then I will say my game of the week. And the weekly edition of what team gets the finger. 12 p.m. on the Big Ten Network, Wisconsin travels to take on number 2 Indiana. Indiana favored by 29.5. I don't think Indiana will cover. I'll go Indiana 38, Wisconsin 14. 12 p.m. on ESPN, South Carolina traveling to take on number 3 Texas A&M. A&M favored by 19.5. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of A&M. South Carolina is a little beat up. A&M 40, South Carolina 17. 12 p.m. on ABC, number 9 Notre Dame travels to take on number 22 Pitt. Notre Dame favored by 12.5. I'll go Notre Dame 33, Pittsburgh 17. 12 p.m. on Fox, number 18 Michigan travels to take on Northwestern. Michigan favored by 11.5. I'm going to go Michigan 32, Northwestern 17. 12 p.m. Number 24 South Florida traveling to take on Navy. South Florida favored by 9.5. Navy's not even going to try to attempt to pass the ball. South Florida 30, Navy 20. 12 p.m. on FS1, Arizona traveling to take on 25 Cincinnati. Cincinnati favored by 6.5. Cincinnati 30, Arizona 21. 3:30 p.m. on ABC, number 11 Oklahoma travels to take on number 4 Alabama. Everybody knows that Alabama will have revenge on its mind. Alabama's only favored by 5.5. I'm still liking Alabama in this spot. Alabama 31, Oklahoma 20. 3:30 p.m. on Fox, UCF travels to take on number 6 Texas Tech. Texas Tech favored by 23.5. Style points, style points, style points. Texas Tech 40, UCF 17. 3:30 p.m. on ESPN, NC State travels to take on number 15 Miami. Miami favored by 16.5. Miami better watch out. Still like Miami at home. Miami 37, NC State 20. 3:30 p.m. ACC Network, Georgia Tech, number 16 Georgia Tech travels to take on Boston College. Georgia Tech favored by 16.5. Temperature is going to be 42. Might help out Boston College for a while. I'm going with Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech 34, Boston College 17. 3:30 p.m. on the BTN Network, number 21 Iowa travels to take on number 17 USC. USC favored by 6.5. I think Iowa keeps it close. USC wins 27-24. 3:30 p.m. on ESPN, number 19 Virginia taking on Duke. Duke favored by 4.5. Somebody knows something I don't. Duke 28, Virginia 24. 4:15 p.m. on the SEC Network. New Mexico State traveling to take on number 23 Tennessee. Tennessee's favored by 4.5. Mexico State may not score. Tennessee 50, New Mexico State nothing. 7 p.m. on ESPN, my Gators travel to take on number 7 Ole Miss. Mississippi favored by 14.5. Florida's a mess. They stink. Ole Miss probably will cover the spread. Ole Miss 38, Florida 17. 7 p.m. on ESPN2. Number 13 Utah traveling to take on Baylor. Baylor. Utah's favored by 7.5. Weather's not a factor. I'm still going to go Utah with their defense. Utah 31, Baylor 20. 7:30 p.m. on NBC, UCLA travels to take on number 1 Ohio State. Ohio State favored by 32.5. Kind of a high spread for Ohio State, but I'll take it. Ohio State 42, UCLA 7. 10:15 p.m. on ESPN, TCU travels to take on number 12 BYU. BYU favored by 4.5. BYU better watch out. I still like them to win though. BYU 30, TCU 24. Which comes to my game of the week. And this week's edition of Who Gets the Finger. Number 10, Texas, traveling to take on number 5, Georgia. Georgia's favored by 5.5. Texas seems to have it corrected. I know it's at home, in between the hedges, for Georgia. But look, Texas A&M is undefeated. Alabama's undefeated. Looks like they're on a collision course to play in the SEC title game, barring any mishaps. Georgia still has an outside shot. Texas still has an outside shot. We will see. Again, Georgia favored by 5.5. Weather not a factor. 64 degrees at kickoff. Which brings me, ladies and gentlemen, to Who Gets the Finger this week. And I'm sorry. Let me just bring it up here. I'm sorry, Georgia fans. I got to do it. I picked them to win the national championship. Texas, you get the finger. You will go into Georgia at night in between the hedges, and you will eke out a victory. I'm going to go Texas 30, Georgia 27. Yes, Georgia, you get the finger this week. You will win. Yes, I had to do it. I picked up an international title. I've got to stick to it. I can't back off it now. Texas Longhorns will win this game 30-27. In between the hedges. And you Texas Longhorns, again, you get the finger this week. So, with all that being said, I hope everybody. Oh, you know what? I actually forgot to. Look at the college football schedule. 3 action games going on right now as we speak. They kicked off at 7 o'clock. Right now, in the first, Central Michigan's up on Buffalo 7-3. In the first, Northern Illinois up on UMass 10-0. Toledo and Miami of Ohio 0-0 in the first. All these are in the first quarter. So, thanks for joining for another edition of, Student Body Right here on the Cole County Entertainment Network. At 8 o'clock, at the top of the hour, my man Mike Fiorgimondo, better known as Fuji. Fuji's Philly Flair, 8 o'clock. Go check him out. I'm out. Everybody have a fantastic, fantastic evening.
Under the lights, the crowd ignites. Roar of the field burning bright. Shadows clash in the fading night. Student body right, student body fight. Feel the surge, feel the light. Run the play under the boom spotlight. Cleats on the turf, hearts in the game. Chasing the glory, chasing the flame.